It's becoming clear that Ripple, onto, and tokenized US bonds are all new things. Tokenized treasuries could create a $28 trillion market where everything is sold on blockchain. This is very important because we hope that a big chunk of that market ends up on the XRP ledger. Let's watch this movie together, and I'll explain why this is important, how long it will take to really take hold, and all the good things that will happen when you switch to the XRP ledger. Come on, play. Over the next 2 years, our goal is for anyone with a stablecoin to be able to buy any US stock, ETF, or mutual fund they want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and get margin on the assets they hold across all asset classes. There are still some barriers that keep people around the world from getting the financial goods and services they want. We really want to break those down. My name is Us.Thankx, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Us.Thankx. The company Us.Thankx puts standard financial assets on crypto rails so that people all over the world can use them. The main problem that we're trying to solve at Us.Thankx is one, did you see that? Hold on very quickly. It looks like you have Franklin Templeton SUI. In live shows and CryptoNairs, we talked a lot about SUI. This is Aptos. This is Wellington Management. Jupiter also locks up this area. A lot of names we've talked about a lot on this show. At Us.Thankx, our main goal is to give people around the world access to the right financial assets and services. As of right now, the banking world is very disorganized. The things that people would like to have are not available to them. You should think of a stable coin. It was the first thing that really made it easy for people around the world to use the US dollar. Us.Thankx is trying to do the same thing for other assets in the US capital markets, such as stocks, ETFs, government funds, and more. We basically take the real assets, store them, and then create a mirror asset on these crypto rails so that anyone in the world can use it. Along with that, we make sure that the assets we sell have many of the safeguards for investors that people are used to seeing in traditional banking. When we release treasury assets, stocks, or ETFs, we also want to make sure that the collateral at the clearing broker account is properly reflected on chain. This way, when you hold one of our tokens, you have a stake in the collateral. When you think about it, stablecoins turn dollars into tokens. They sold it all over the world and kept these dollars moving 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Different types of dollars were also better because they could be used for anything in DeFi. We will do the same thing with US stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds. We will put them on crypto lines, make them move 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and allow anyone in the world to use them. Finally, we will connect them to DeFi so that whatever you hold on chain is better than what you hold in your broking account. I worked at McKinsey for a little more than 8 years. That was the first project I worked on in assets. It was in 2016, and some French banks were already very interested in tokenization and trying to figure out how we could help them run their businesses more efficiently. It's clear that we've come a long way since 2016. A lot of the big players in the market finally think that the technology is ready to start moving. It is finally getting close to being clear on regulations under this government, which is something that many of these institutions have been looking for. Now picture that, 2016. It's important for French bankers to figure out how to tokenize some of these funds and this value. Bring it on chain. That was 9 years ago. All of this technology has been poked, prodded, built, tested, deployed, and put through its paces for more than 10 years. Now is the time to use this tool. And if you own the token that this value is built on top of, whether it's Ondo, XRP, or HBAR, you'll own a piece of the whole network. That's how important and big this is. When some people look at crypto, they laugh and make fun of it, calling it scam this or scam that. But the truth is that those people don't understand technology, that they're going to fall behind because they don't take the time every day to improve their skills and information. But you will learn things that can make your family rich for many years to come. It's all done with a few smart moves over the next few years. You'll have to figure out where to spend all this money for the rest of your life, but not the screaming. What am I going to do? My boss is a jerk, but I don't have to go to that 9-to-5 job. I like the people I work with. Are there many people in their lives who go to work every day wanting to make a change but aren't seen for the good work they can do? A lot of institutions have tried to use a fast follower approach in the past. Their goal was always to be ready, but when the time was right, they would try to move fast to catch up to companies that were already working with crypto. And of course, that time has come. What I think is the most unusual thing I have ever seen is the level of attention in Ondo from the big four banks. When I worked at McKinsey, there were times when I had a hard time getting people to understand what I was saying. A lot of people would not believe it. I've lost track of how many times people have said that crypto was just a trend that would pass, but no one thinks this will go away any longer. It's hard to be relevant in the traditional financial space, so people just want to find a way to be relevant in the digital asset field. We work with Ripple to release OUSG, one of our tokenized treasury funds, on the XRPL ledger. The Ripple stablecoin RLUSD can also be used to subscribe to and redeem tokenized treasury treasury funds. We really think it's a pretty interesting time. One of the biggest RWAs that has been given out is OUSG. We really want people to be able to use these tokenized government funds. That's why you have to join KYC with us if you want to hold OUSG. After you've done that and passed our checks, you can tell us which wallet address you want to hold this asset in. Once we give you the go-ahead, you can use your RLUSD to pay for the item. When you hold on to the OUSG, you start making interest every day, which is about 4.1% and is paid out every day. You can make 4% or 4.1%. Rich people stay rich because they have people who help them handle their money. One way to do this is to put money into bonds. Many people only sign these for a short time, like a year, 6 months, a year, a few years, or even longer than 10 years. They offer 4.1% right now, but the rate changes every year based on the interest rate. For this interest, if you gave $1 million and just put that in this thing, you would get $41,000 a year for free. 4% on $10 million is $400,000.